Good day, traders, and welcome to another weekly episode here on FX Price Action Setups. We've got some great setups for you guys today. Before we jump into that, just a reminder for those that still want to join our training program. We're still going to allow people to join till the end of this month, January 2019. So you can find the information in the link below. And then also just want to thank all the members of the community that's been contributing, contributing setups and everything else. The community is really growing strong now, and we can see that in our results already. But yeah, let's see what you guys can expect in today's episode. In today's episode, I take a look at a big short opportunity on gold. Karaba updates us on the New Zealand CAD trade from last week. Ruan takes a look at some opportunities on the Dow and cable. We have some more setups from our community members, and then we also take a look at action from our Discord trading room. Enjoy, guys. Good day, traders. My analysis for the week is going to be on gold, and I want to start off with a chart that we posted on our trading room about 5 months ago, back in August, when gold smashed through. When gold started crashing and it touched this 1160 level. We actually back then we called this rally up to about 1290. And if you guys just look, we were actually playing this bigger corrective structure on gold. This 333 correction or regular flat, and ultimately after the rally up, we're expecting a move down. But as you guys can see, if we fast forward 5 months later, you guys can see that this move played out perfectly into this weekly order block that we had marked off around the 1290 area, and it's actually found quite strong resistance over here. And I believe pretty soon that we will actually head down, to ultimately get down here to about $1,100 on gold before we'll continue higher. So we're waiting for this corrective pattern to complete. Moving to the 8 hours, one of the scenarios that I'm expecting is for this market to just break down here. If this would be the top, then that means this would have been a reversal impulse. Little ABC correction, and then we should have next week a bit of a steep move down, and then perhaps a little bit of a corrective. If I see sort of a corrective pattern like this, steep breakdown, then I believe we'll continue to the downside. Now moving to the 4 hour, there's actually a second scenario that I want to discuss with you guys that I think is a little bit more likely to occur. Is that we're just busy with a final correction here, and I believe we might be making a corrective pattern here for another move to the upside. And the reason I feel like we might have another move to the upside is a couple of reasons. One, if I'm expecting such a big move to the downside, I don't feel that this was enough manipulation, to shake out all the people. Anyone that was trading this breakout would be short now, and the market didn't shake out anyone there. There's been no stop runs at all. And also this big 13 level wasn't touched yet, and gold loves its big levels. So I think that another scenario, and the one I'm hoping for, is for a little bit of a move to the downside to complete this corrective pattern, and then one more move a little bit higher, around about the 1312, 1315 level. I'll show you guys that on a daily quickly. So just moving to the daily, like I said, I believe we could be forming just a little bit of a corrective pattern to have one more push through this 1300 level up to the 78 fib, and we got a daily order block coming in just above this liquidity over here, at about 1330, 13 to about 1315. So this green area is where I'm hoping the market's going to turn, and then ultimately I want to catch this massive short down up to about 1100. So yeah, we'll see how that plays out next week. If we'll get the move up, or if we get the big breakdown and then the correction. But yeah, that's my view on gold this week, guys.
Good day, traders. Welcome to our weekly market analysis. The first pair I would like to do is the NZDCAD. This is the follow-up from last week analysis. So still the monthly time frame on the left and the weekly time frame on the right. It is this supply zone which has been created here. Price dropped, came back and retested that supply zone where we could expect a further drop down to this demand zone over here. And on the weekly time frame, we also identified this level as a supply zone, and price was here when I spoke about this, and during the week we had price dropping. Now looking on the monthly and the weekly, in between here, there's actually nothing which is stopping price from falling all the way down to this level. So I'm still short on the NZDCAD on the daily time frame. Now, if you could look here, when price first reversed, it created this head and shoulders where we have our left shoulder, we have our head here, we have our right shoulder, and price rallied away from that level. The same scenario it is happening again, where price it is creating this left shoulder, this being the head, and this being the right shoulder. So what we could expect it is a further drop down into this level. And what makes this interesting is that if you look at the target of the head and shoulder, which is the hip, the target is from the hip to the neckline here. If you switch the weekly time frame, you could see it comes exactly at that demand zone we have marked over here on this time frames. Let me switch it back. So if you look, the target of that head and shoulders comes exactly at this level. So I am still short. Nothing has changed on the NZDCAD.
Hi guys, Ron here. I just want to discuss two trade setups with you that I'm looking at. One is the Dow Jones and one is the pound dollar. Okay, starting with Dow Jones, we had this last year's open and price has been, pivoting around it the whole of last year and even up till now. We had this stop run above this high, with this high, broke down, broke this low. Once it did that, it broke market structure. So now we're just looking for further more bearishness. Looking for price to get into this order block here at the 79 retracement level, possibly higher, filling this fair value gap up to this level. Once it gets to these levels, we'll be looking for reversals on the lower time frames. Expecting this run down, expecting sub 20k on the Dow Jones. Looking at pound dollar daily, working with this running flat ABC. We had this January, we had this stop run above this above the monthly or below the monthly open. Once it got above it, or once it closed above it, we were expecting high prices, and also it created this breaker, which also price held quite nicely above it. So when last week when Brexit happened, we had this rundown, just grabbed this liquidity out. We had this marked out and ran up. Still expecting higher prices. These equal highs. We working with this hourly breaker here. Price has been holding quite nicely above it. I think once come Monday, we'll probably just break this low and have a further run up. Looking at this 131 level above this quarterly open. So that's that, and we'll get this run down, expecting 121, 118 on the pound dollar in the near future. Thanks. Cheers, guys.